he's actually worked with DeGrasse for a little bit back in his early days.
Yeah.
Training him and stuff like that. But that dude used to come. The first time he ever did a sprint, ever, like a real sprint, he was lined up on the blocks. If you've seen the sprints, they get down the blocks, their hands are on the ground, blah, blah, blah.
Set.
He went from a standing start with no blocks behind his foot and ran a 10.5, bro. So, because obviously when you're on the blocks,
you get the jump.
You get that boost.
Yeah, you get the boost.
The acceleration, because you're pushing off of that block.
Yeah.
The man just ran like raw. Like if I was going to race you right now, we just stood up beside each other and ran.
Exactly.
That man ran a 10.5, dog. So he's just a freak athlete. He's 21 years old, and he's just coming into his prime.
Yeah.
The next Olympics, he's fucking everybody.
He's the fucking man. And
Oh.
it's great to see because, you know what? He is Jamaican. He's Jamaican descent.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with Jamaica just breeding fucking runners?
Dog.
What are y'all running from?
It's slavery, bro.
Did I ask this question last week?
No, you didn't. But
I
it's slavery.
I think I had this question to somebody else in passing. What the fuck y'all running from?
We just eating yams, dog.
Like,
and just running from the slave master.
See, because in Africa, people say, well, they walk everywhere. So that's why they could just run for fucking miles and miles and years.
Dog.
But in Jamaica, y'all ain't jogging. Y'all are sprinting. I remember Aquan Bolden from Jamaica. That was one of my favorite dudes, bro. Aquan Bolden. Like, he was that generation before Usain Bolt.
Yeah,
right?
and you know what's crazy? Even this year in the Olympics, I seen Asafa Powell in the Jamaican relay.
Yeah, he's on the relay team, but he didn't do any other races.
That nigga's old.
You know what? Maybe he just I don't know what to call it. Like, let's say for example, Usain Bolt said, "I'm not doing the 100, I'm not doing the 200 in 2020, but I'll come back for the relay."
Yes, you're right.
You think Jamaica will say no?
No. Because you're running 25 meters.
You think Nike will say no?
Hell no.
Exactly. Be like, you know what? You say you can run whatever you want.
Nike with Puma?
He's with Puma.
Yeah.
He's with Puma. But Nike owns Puma.
Yes. I didn't even know that.
I swear Nike owns Puma.
Nike owns the world, bro.
Like
who runs the world?
Nike owns Reebok. No, sorry. Adidas owns Reebok.
Adidas owns Reebok.
Yeah. It's like a subsidiary. Like Reebok's still a brand.
Yeah.
But Adidas owns it. Yeah. But Nike owns Puma.
Subsidiary. Good.
Respect, yo.
That's that management shit, huh?
Hey.
When you manage it, you gotta learn them words like subsidiary and shit.
Subsidiary and shit.
And soliloquy and shit like that.
Man, I tell you, bro, I don't.
Onomatopoeia and shit.
I'm not enjoying my job.
For real? Just two podcasts ago, you said you were loving it, bro.
I don't.
You know why? You know why? Because you did say on the last podcast that this is the time of the year when you guys are in the red.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're just in a stressed out state.
I'm in a stressed out state.
Yeah,
that's what it is. A stressed out state. Like, trust me, like, having a day off, I'm still talking to people at work. Mm-hmm. Getting messages. And it's so funny because my boss, who I work directly under right now, he was joking, talking to someone on the phone when he's like, they asked him, so, what are your hours? And he's like, it's the hours they give me. And then she asked him a follow-up question. And she's like, so are you ever, like, on call? And he's like, I'm the manager. I'm always on call. And I was like, yeah, yo.
Yeah, you're just always on.
We're always on.
Yeah.
Like, I go home, I get a text. Yo, this is busted and we need the work order. I have to go on my laptop at home and put in the work order. Because it can only be done by a manager. And I'm like, this sucks.
That sucks, bro.
And it's like, you cannot ignore... If the phone call comes in, you can ignore the first one. If they call right back again, you got to answer it. Because you know it's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's what I always do. I hope none of the people are listening.
Oh my.
I always ignore the first phone call.
Oh my God.
So they're probably going to
ignore it because Caleb.
Because Caleb's doing something.
He's doing something.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure. You got to make sure.
But you know, once like, let's say it's like 11 o'clock. Missed call.
11 o'clock
then
on the dot,
I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
And then they call 11:02. You got to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I feel ways if I don't. It's like shit.
But that's just you being responsible. Like I'm sure there's managers that would be like, "Fuck that shit."
I'm on my day off.
Yeah, but you know, it's you understand that that's a part of the role, and that's a part of being successful in your role. That's a sacrifice you have to make, and you do it. So that's why you're successful, bro. That's why you are where you are right now.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. I mean?
So it sucks, and you can, just use the podcast event, bro. You know what I mean?
You know what? Yeah, but
that's all it is.
You said something. You mentioned something earlier today. So since I've been back, there's been quite a drastic change in your frame. So today you finally admitted You put on. So
All right.
I'm gonna segue this into the UFC chit chat because I want to talk about the weigh-ins today. But speaking of weigh-ins, your weigh-in today.
All right, so
how was your weigh-in?
So this was crazy.
I've been telling these fans.
Not only has Black mentioned it, but random other people that haven't really seen me in a while or whatever are like, yo, you're getting bigger, da 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 da.
Niggas on the juice.
You know what I mean? This
Yuck.
nigga put his alarm on.
Who did that?
So a lot of people have been saying like, yo, you're getting bigger, dog. Yo, you look big, yo, bro. You're working, and I'm just like, I am working out hard, but I'm not bodybuilding. I'm not bodybuilding. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, to segue into to what he's talking about. So I don't weigh myself for that exact reason. Like I don't give a shit what I weigh. I just want to be strong, and I just want to be. That's just that, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm going for right now. I'm getting strong than a motherfucker.
You want to be the strong man of the year.
That's it. I just want to be the strongest version of myself. So that's. I have a periodization program that I'm on right now that I'm achieving that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not concerned about how I look, or I'm not concerned about my weight. Like I don't care about how big my biceps are and shit like that. Yeah. So I don't weigh myself. Now the last time I weighed myself was probably like the first time I started working where I'm working, which was in February. And I was 160. And 160 to 165 is what I always fluctuated between in the last, my whole adult life pretty much. Like I've always been that weight. So just yesterday night, I'm walking past the scale and I'm like, let me just step on. Let me just see what's going on.
And I'm guilty of it. I step on the scale probably once a day.
That's a lot, bro.
That's terrible.
It is what it is. It's whatever. But so I step on the scale just for fun. And I'm like I said, I'm always 160, 165. I step on a scale, I see 180, dog.
And you like, so, I'm fat.
No, I did the hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Cause when he about that same money, I thought he was ready.
So I'm like, nah. I'm like, you know what? It's late at night. I ate a lot today. Yep. I'm wearing a bunch of clothes. You know what I mean?
Loaded.
The scale's probably broken. Whatever, dog. I probably put on like maybe 5 to 10 pounds, but I ain't putting on 20. So this morning I go into work early. Mm-hmm. Got there at like 9:30. All I did was have breakfast that morning. So I'm like, let me just see what's going on. Step on the scale. That bitch said 180 again. I'm like, nah. Hold up. Wait a minute. So I take my shoes off. I take off my sweater. You know. I see 177 on that bitch. So I'm like, bro, I gained 17 pounds? The hell, dog? And I'm not surprised because when I think back in hindsight, I'm like, well, I get it. Because I've really been putting work in the gym on a more specific and just a more structured scale than I ever have, to be honest. You know, working around such brilliant minds that I do get to work around. And I know that my legs have gotten significantly bigger. Yeah. But 17 pounds in like 5 months, goddamn. So I was a little surprised by that. I even went as far as going to the next scale because we got 2 gyms. I went to the scale in the next gym, did the same thing, and that joint said 178. Mm-hmm. So I was like, god damn. I'm not even mad about it. I don't feel no ways about it because, you know, I'm still probably the same body fat. I've just put on a lot of lean muscle. Obviously, it's not all muscle. Let's be honest. But I'm sure most of it is, man. I've really been putting in a lot of work. Yeah. And
it shows, man.
Yeah, I guess. And so now it's what lets me really realize, like, oh shit, I probably did get bigger, you know? Yeah. So for all the listeners out there that are looking to get in shape and do it the right way, go to Joe Flow Fitness and send me an email, and I can help you reach your fitness needs. Shameless disclaimer. You know, but it was interesting to me, and like a part of me was like happy about it for some reason because my whole life, bro, I've never been able to like. Not that I give a shit about gaining weight, I really don't, but a part of me was like, wow, yo.
It's never been a part.
Yeah, it's just never been, I've never been able to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember when I was, like, coming out of high school, I was on all, you know how it is coming out of high school, you got all type of weight gainers, and you're doing all kinds of bullshit just to gain weight, just for that, you know, that young man mentality, I just want to be big fucking and jacked and shit, bro. You know, so I did that. The biggest I've ever been then was 180, but it was all bullshit weight. Like, it wasn't real weight. It's just all those weight gainers, right? So I only started taking protein again like a month or 2 ago. So it's just crazy to me, like, the gains I've really made and my strength has come up crazy, man. So, you put the right work in and you'll get the right results, I guess, No, I don't guess. I know.
Yeah, I was going to say, but
yeah,
you should.
No, I do know.
You do know?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm an expert.
So
I consider myself an expert at fitness. But I'll also say this, though, honestly, and I'll humbly say this. I'm an expert, but the beauty about fitness is there's always someone smarter. There's always someone that knows something you don't. So
Absolutely.
There's always room to grow and learn. And that's what I love about working and where I work, because there's people there that I consider to be gurus at this shit, bro.
Yeah.
And they're a big part of why I've been able to make some of the gains that I have. And even just learning from them just from watching what they're doing, not even having conversations with them. But, it's a great place. Now, I'm truly grateful to work around such great talent that I do get to work around. It's one of the biggest things that I can take from that place that I
keeps you
why
motivated.
I love. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Keeps me motivated. I'm sick of being the smartest trainer in the gym. And now I'm not,
Yeah.
So I love that. It gives me something to strive for, and it's showing, man.
It's a terrible feeling when you walk into a room and you're like, wow, I'm the smartest motherfucker here.
It is, bro.
Because then you realize I have no help.
Like, if you're an insecure, cocky motherfucker,
yeah,
you'll love that shit. Like, yeah, I'm the smartest person in the room, but I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room, because then what is there to grow or gain from that?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, man, I've learned a lot being at where I work.
Being at the club.
And I'm thankful, man.
Oh, you should be, considering the relationships you formed, the friendships.
Yeah. Yeah, I formed a lot of stuff. A lot of things are forming from that place.
Quite a few things.
I mean, I'm gaining a lot of lifelong friendships. You know what I'm saying? There's people there that I could see, being
new contracts.
Yeah, I'm willing to hand out some contracts, man. There's some people that I could see being, like I said, lifelong members of the team.
Lifelong. All right. I see you, pimp. Okay.
That's it.
So I brought that up because the weigh-ins were today for UFC 202.
Mm-hmm.
Diaz, McGregor 2.
Huh?
McGregor clocked in at 169. Diaz came in at a solid 170 and a half.
Dose.
Conor McGregor gonna get his ass whipped.
You think so?
I think so.
Why do you think so?
Because there's too much. He's coming in with that same cockiness. He seems to have no. People ask him questions about the last fight. He brushes it off like that was a fluke, like he got caught.
No,
I don't think so.
No,
I think he got his ass whipped. I saw that fight 3 times.
He doesn't brush it off like it's that. He completely owns up to it. And what he said is, I underestimated his durability.
He definitely did.
I definitely gassed out. Mm-hmm. Just dealing with a guy that's bigger, longer, rangier. Mm-hmm. Those shots that he said, these are his quotes.
The shots caught him.
The shots that he's been giving. So the shots that he gave Diaz to the guys that he was fighting,
they would go down.
Oh, they'd be crumbling.
Yeah.
But Diaz could take them, and those gassed him out. You know what I mean? And
he's throwing haymakers. Yeah.
Yeah, and he admitted to that, right? Now, if you watch the fight again, which you said you have 3 times, in that first round, Conor was getting the better of him. Diaz is durable. He took the shots, and when Conor gassed out, fighting up against a guy like Nate Diaz, who's such a volume puncher and such a great technician when it comes to understanding even the art of how a fight goes and being able to conserve energy, put forth the pressure at the right time, and his jiu-jitsu is top-notch, ladies and gentlemen. Make no fucking mistake.
Diaz you're talking about?
Yeah, you're not going to win. If you're tired against a guy like Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz, you're not going to win.
Fuck the Diaz brothers.
Fuck the Diaz brothers. So Conor now knows that, and he's been training a lot smarter and a lot more specific for Nate Diaz. Mm-hmm. Prior to that Nate Diaz fight, Conor's never really trained specifically for any fighter that he has fought. Mm-hmm. He just trains very general because fighters will pull out. You never know what could happen. So he trains very general. But for this fight, he's been bringing in guys that are long, rangy, just like Nate. Great boxers, just like Nate. Mm-hmm. He's had more time to put on weight. He's had more time to be tactical and prepare specifically for Nate. So I think it's going to be a more competitive fight. I think Conor's going to take it a little easier. I think he's going to go a little slower than he did before. And to be honest, bro, in my spirit, I feel like Conor's going to win the fight, but I would not be surprised at all if Nate wins the fight.
What is Nate Diaz's issue? Does he fight? Is he a? To me, he comes across as just he's a prize fighter. He fights for paychecks.
100%.
He does not give a fuck about titles.
Doesn't give a shit.
So let's say he wins tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dana White says, Nate Diaz, we're going to give you a shot at the belt. I could see Nate Diaz